Bit sensitive, yeah.
Oh.
Do we all still have a nan who's alive?
No.
I've got one.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got one, yeah.
I fucking showed up at my nan's funeral with fucking odd shoes on.
There's Aaron's going!
Hello, welcome back to the What's Happening podcast, episode number 22. We actually got the number right this week, so we're off to a great start. As always, we're sponsored by Orange County CBD. Put them on the screen now. Use code Happenin25. You get 25% off all your orders, whether that's your vape liquids, your fucking CBD oils, your CBD jellies, whatever you want, CBD related. Happenin25 gets you 25% off. Who else sponsors us, Bobby? Tell them.
As always, the fantastic T-Trade. T-trades.com, T/trades.com, sorry.
It's a dash.
All your crypto needs, get over there. And one more thing I want to speak about.
Sounds like you fucking got constipation. Sponsored by Imodium.
I also want to talk about Studio Funk, another event, September 17th with Route 94.
You all know Route 94.
See you all there.
And we are so pleased to announce we've got probably the guest we've been looking forward to most in the studio so far today. We've got Anthony Russell, we've got TIGHTO in the studio. Anthony,
what's happening?
How are we doing, lad?
I'm good, you know.
How have you been, lad?
Good, mate, just living.
Yeah, nice.
Just getting disciplined, writing, creative, working.
Digging
Nice,
up roads
lads.
by the looks of it
Nice.
as well.
Yeah, been working on the highways, but I'm doing, we're cropping up piles for these, like, hotels, you know, on the dock with the waters.
Yeah, man.
Project and,
PL Group are doing it, innit? I've done it for
yeah,
uni,
man.
lad. PL Group are doing the Liverpool docks and the Whittle docks, aren't they, together?
yeah,
As a
man,
thing,
it's
yeah,
like-
man, money.
And a company called Graham's, they're doing it as well, lads. With the waters.
Whittle Waters is called, innit?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, man, yeah, man. I know
sound
that. I know
like
that.
Every single episode he has to drop that he went to uni.
Yeah, I don't want people at home thinking I'm stupid, lad, you know?
The hardest roasted, it must be fucking 25 degrees in here. Degrees, you say? I've got one of those. Every episode, lad, he brings his fucking degree up. Nice one, mate. Anthony, so, obviously, everyone's going to know you from the X Factor.
Yeah, man.
But you're much more than that. Obviously,
Cool.
everyone is. What are you doing now, lad? I remember you said to me the other week you've got something coming up in the pipeline, music-wise. So do you want to tell them all what it is?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, mate. I've been doing collaborations that are coming up. An EP. It's
Lovely.
called Life.
I like that.
Yeah, it's called Life. And I've got an album coming up called By the River. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Nice.
Nice.
And, that's like 12 tracks on there. So, and I've got different projects running. I've been doing my second album, but my album's ready to drop round about October, November.
Is that going to be on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, everything like that?
Yeah.
And
I'm
is this
doing
your first album, is it? That you've done on your own?
man,
Is it?
nice,
Nice, lad, nice.
shocking that, innit? Lads,
Nah, man, nah.
You know what I mean? I'm 32.
Nah,
lads.
do you know what it is though,
Do
lad? Do you know what it is though? Right, I could be wrong, lad, but obviously you've had to go through a lot of figuring shit out over the years. It could have come at the right time, lad, because I mean, I'm just guessing, but like you probably feel more yourself now than you ever have, lads.
Yeah,
And
man.
you've got more life experience to fall back on.
Exactly.
Because,
Exactly.
like,
100%.
longevity, like, too many people fucking sign a deal, throw
They
an
peak
album
too
out
soon,
there,
lad.
and yet they've peaked too soon.
And that's it.
You've fucking grown, lad, you know what I mean?
That's
So,
it.
I'm one of them lads. I'm not a big believer in fate. I believe that every single
You can
single
make your
thing
opportunities.
Yeah.
It's like,
How about you want to go about it?
yeah, and it's the way you perceive things as well. So I'm one of them, mate. This is just how I am. I don't believe in fate. I believe every decision I've ever made has brought me to this exact moment, and I'll never regret any of the decisions, even though some of them were stupid decisions.
But the thing is,
Brought me here where I need to be, lads.
I
And same
see.
with yourself.
I used to say this when
100%.
I was younger. I don't ever regret anything you fucking done. Regret the things you didn't do.
Innit?
Exactly.
100%, lad.
Exactly. And do you know
On your
what?
deathbed, lad,
Do you know
that's what
what
you'd be
it is?
thinking over. I wish that I would have done that.
I don't know.
Do you know what I
Do you know what it
mean?
is, lad?
Because, lad, you're not even going to be asked about that.
I don't want to lie on my deathbed and think, oh, why didn't I fucking do that?
Exactly.
Just to give it a
100%.
go and I'm here now. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what as well, lad? 'Cause obviously, like you, like anyone, lad, in any fucking walk of life, everyone has the setbacks, lad, don't they? But I always think about the setback is just an opportunity to go again, and you know what mistakes not to
You
make
don't
that
lose,
time.
lad, you
I
learn,
was
innit?
just going to say that, you know.
The only thing is, though, Matty regrets buying them 1 cent and getting
You get terrible
Lambers on your sound. Fuck you, kid.
Every comment
you, lad.
section, every comment on the TikToks is
He's
it is 1
clan.
cent fake.
He's clanning new webs for the podcast, man.
He's fucking lent his kids lambans and that.
Yeah, I'll then talk kids lambs.
So-
This kid definitely wears Reeboks, by the way. So
Yeah,
whichever kid, show me what you have on your feet, lads. Show me what you have.
So the album then, it's recorded, it's ready to drop.
Yeah, man, it's been
mastering it.
mastered by Mike Cave, who mastered Lewis
Nice.
Capaldi's album, lad.
Sick.
Heavy that.
That's heavy.
really good,
Doing
yeah.
you know what I mean, your own work and doing it properly, lad. I mean, that was a good chance. This is like, it was an honour actually, because this album, it got written in like 2020, and I was releasing it, but we had a bit of musical differences and a few setbacks with COVID, and you know, obviously, I went back to work in the year 2020, been singing around bars to fund the music, you know what I mean, instead of like trying to, you know, do things naughty. You know what I mean? Everyone can do that, but it's not like.
Do you think that's for the best now, or do you think it was better to release it there and then? Do you reckon it's going to be worthwhile now, the fact that you've had a bit of a setback and it's 2 years later? Ready to drop?
Have more time to
Yeah,
work
I
on
mean,
it.
like you were saying, everything happens for, like, you know, not believing in fate and that, but, you know, the way you messaged me and other people have messaged me, you know what I mean? Billy Moore, Hughes, and like as soon as I seen your message, I was like, yo, I've got to get on here.
Nice, nice.
The opportunities, man, and it's a proper honour.
Nice one, brother. Likewise,
it's a pleasure to have you.
Likewise,
We had that time in the Sefton.
Everybody was in the Sefton knows.
Throw the picture.
Throw the picture on now. 2018, lad, wasn't
because he just texted me, right? You've seen the picture, haven't you?
No.
So,
have you not seen it? Have I not back, lad? I'll show you.
No.
I feel like, sorry, Gary.
It was years ago.
Fucking show me your dick. Show me the picture now.
It was 5 years ago, 2017, I think it was, you know what?
5 years ago?
2017, I'm sure it
You were
was.
at 12, something like
I
that.
was, lad, I was.
Whose idea did you have to get in the Sefton?
Me dad's was.
2017.
Stop that, kids.
It's funny though, because we had a proper laugh at him in the boozer. We were saying to you, we were coming back to fucking Simon's and all that, weren't we?
Yeah, it was a mad one, you know. The mad one, lad.
I mean, fucking hell, lad, we ended up there, didn't we? And then everyone was just floating off. Then
Yeah,
we
man.
got heavy into the session. People were like,
Shot Mo Farad and just gone off.
who's just come in there? Like,
Who's that Daisy pod in, man? That bartender looks federal.
You're on it, though.
in terms of your album then, right, so are all the songs on it solo songs, or have you got anywhere you're collabing with anyone or anything like that, or they all just Anthony Russell, like, you know what I mean? This is just all
man.
you?
They're all Anthony Russell, but they're like co-written as well. You know?
Yeah.
I
Nice,
wrote 7 of the demos. I approached Chris Griffiths out the Real People.
I thought you were going to say Chris Griffin. I thought you were going to say Chris Griffin or fucking Family Guy, lad.
Megan Shibby were there going like, what you done, lad? I'm liking that.
Hey, lad, them characters can sing on Family Guy, innit?
Yeah, they can, lad.
Got a voice on them, lad.
Through the year, Brian.
Yeah, I was just I was working in Motor Museum and doing demos in Park Street, and then Park Street obviously shut down. To apartments. It's moving somewhere, but and then in 2020, around about September, I got in touch with Chris Griffiths, to a mate of mine, and he listened to them and yeah, get him in the studio, and then he said, what you need is it. So we started writing and that.
Yeah.
We written two more songs to the album as well, lad.
Yeah.
And I've co-written with them, and I've actually covered 3, you know what I mean?
Nice.
So,
That.
you know what I mean?
So there's a bit of everything in there then, isn't there? There's different stuff in the album, like.
Yeah, man,
Lovely.
I've been writing with musicians like Tom Donahue, Jack Gilbanks from Your Ways.
Yeah.
Nice.
4 songs. He sent me like 4 ideas, guitars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a big shout out to him, because it was inspirational, working with different, you know what I mean?
Different minds and that, yeah.
And it was an honour, lad, because it was like, let me see what's on your vibe, lad.
Yeah.
Into his, you know what I mean?
Do you know what though, right? That, you know what's mad? Like, fucking, I had the old podcast and I had a couple of musicians on, and what I didn't realise, lad, so many musicians in Liverpool are just there to help each other out. I thought it's going to be like a poisonous sort of environment where they're like, nah, listen, I want to get a leg up over you, but it weren't like that. Everyone was just fucking mates.
It's not like that.
Out,
I don't think it's like that in the majority
it's like
of the
fucking...
scene.
Is the comedy circuit like that though?
He had fucking old Mason playing the guitar. Mason Owen, sorry, playing the guitar on his fucking on his tune, and I was like, that's fucking sick. I didn't realise like everyone just helps each other out.
Is the comedy circuit like that, by the way?
No,
Is it not?
The comedy
You were waiting for that then, wasn't you?
I was waiting to just go, no.
Right, I said this.
What's it like in that then?
Lad, if I said this to the week, if I knew what comedy was like when I started, I wouldn't have ever fucking started.
Really, yeah?
Nah, I
Lad,
was.
if If I was doing comedy in Texas, I would have fucking blown people's heads off with a sawn-off shotgun.
I swear down.
I would have went into schools and shot people up and everything. I'd have swear down.
But listen, you know the way, like, as you were saying about the music scene, there, everyone's there to help each other out. Like people are people are putting like pieces together on the guitar for you to sing over and that. In comedy, lad, it's a lot more of a selfish environment.
Yeah, dog sort of.
Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong. There's some down there. There's some incredible people on the circuit.
Some of the people I've met through doing comedy, lad, I've been mates for life. Lad, I met Gary on the set. I ate the cunt, lad, but he's good at editing. Lad, he's good at editing videos. No, like, I've met... Nah, I'm a red.
Oh, yeah.
I've met some people who like, who you meet them, you think, you know what, they're fucking great. Then, but then there's some people who like, I don't want to be in the same room as you for more than 10 minutes.
I feel like that the comedy circuit won't be like a clique, you know.
But surely you must have had that same experience yourself. It's like, not everyone's super fucking helpful. Obviously, we all know that anyway. But like, is it the majority of the people you've got in your life musically? Are they all people you not look up to, but like
people you can trust and people you like being
trust and take inspiration from and things like that. There must be a good few people like that around yourself.
I think, lads, doing collaborations and working with people, even if you're not going to collaborate on a song, that's the most time you can learn.
100%.
Yeah. Every day's a school day.
Got to, lad.
It is, innit?
Yeah, man. Heavy that.
You've got to learn up.
It's a tune.
You've got to learn up or just like.
Hey, that's our collab.
Get fucking Eddie Mac and Bobby on the bars there, lad. Get Eddie Mac back.
I want you to release an EP where every day's a school day and stripping on the M1, lad. To be on there. We were talking about Glasgow a few weeks back, and we were talking about fucking stripping on the M1 on the bus, and he said, sounds like a song by an indie band called
Jeans and a Heatwave.
Just expect it.
That's a sick one, that.
Lad, it's sick. So obviously, we don't want to sit here and interview you, lad. We want to get into it. We want to chat a little bit of shit, lad. But what I want to know, because obviously people who are watching this, they're going to get onto it and they're going to want to come and see your gigs and that. So I know you said you've been doing loads in bars and stuff like that. Have you got any? Because this is going to come out a week today. This will be out, isn't it?
2 weeks today.
So end of the month more. So we're looking at early September. Have you got any gigs coming up then that you know of?
Lads, hopefully when I'm releasing the album and that, I'll have an album release. You know,
like a little tour, mini tour thing. Yeah.
Maybe the Performing Arts or somewhere like that.
Lads.
Yeah. Nice.
Anger 34 or something.
Somewhere nice like that.
Defo. You know, I'll let my socials know when you know how it is.
100%.
And lads, I'll be grateful, lads, to be coming back again, lads.
It'll be good to see you about again, lads.
And I just see him in the right mind frame now, do you know what I mean? Because like, back then, lad, you could have got carried away rapid, do you know what I mean? But if money starts coming in, going on the 5 days.
We made that big head in the chest.
Me and you just chisel.
Because I'm in recovery and that now, lads. I'm writing every night and I've got more than enough ammo to put out there, lads. I'm like 10 songs into my second album, getting the demos ready. And
lovely, lad.
As you're bringing the first one out in it, you're getting the next one packed. Just more. That's what you need, innit?
Keep yourself busy, lad. You've got to, lad.
Something I've always wondered, because obviously, like, as comedians, I know I've done this fucking hundreds of times where, like, I've sat down, I've wrote a joke and I've read it back and I've looked in the mirror and went over it and I've thought that is the fucking best shit you've ever written. Then I go to a gig and do it and I'm expecting this big laugh and it's just radio silence. Have you ever written anything and thought that's fucking brilliant? And then I had the chance to listen to it back and went, that's shite, that.
Lads, I'm most of my own stuff, lads. I think, fucking hell, I hate my voice.
I'm like that sometimes, though. To be fair, like...
I'm like that with you, though, as well.
I hate Matty's voice,
I hate our kid's voice as well. I mean, it just sounds the same as me, lad. It's a nightmare.
Sounds like a cack and finger, don't you?
But no, is that the case, you know, sometimes where you write something and you think that's gold, that, and then you read over it the next day and you go, well, that's not even bronze. You know what I mean?
When I've been blitzed and that, I'm writing all shit that I don't even understand, lads. That shit, it's powerful, lads, and you think, and then, you know, sometimes you think you're on a vibe and you can't get a kip in that, and you get back up and write lyrics and that, you know what I mean? And then you wake up the next day and you put it out there with a melody and that, and it's just not hitting sometimes. You know what I mean?
But sometimes it's best just to park that and come back a different day, because that could be fucking golden, and you're just not on that wavelength at that moment in time.
Sometimes like you might not have the right melody to play behind it. Sometimes like the lyrics could be there, but the backing track's not. Or the backing track could be phenomenal, but you've not got the lyrics to go. I mean, it could be chat shit. I don't know. I've never wrote a song in my life. It's just like but it's you know what though, like I mean, I'm sure it is the same for musicians. Like when you're there and you're writing your own shit, like Like, I've done it myself, where I've been sitting in my room stoned and I've wrote a joke and I've been like, that could be all like that, and then you go and do it at a comedy club and then it fucking goes off. It must be such a satisfying feeling, you know, when you wrote a song and you play it in front of an audience and they're fucking feeling it and they're all getting into it, and that must be a fucking great feeling, that.
Yeah,
I mean, the best feeling, lad.
Boss, lad.
Especially if you wrote it all yourself and done it all from scratch, lad. Do you know what I mean?
I've shown people, you know, some down low shit, and it's like the joy you get. Feed your soul, doesn't it?
Oh, lad, it's not like this,
lad. You know what I mean? You're not thinking about the material things and that. You're hungry for more, lads, and you know you want to tighten up and sharpen up. You know what I mean? You want to get better. When you hear other people listen to it, like when Better Things come out, it's a singular man. You know what I mean? That come out, and that was with Jack Gilbanks, and we all need somebody. That was a debut single in 2020. And things, I was bringing me singles out and I was getting better views on YouTube with each single I was bringing out, lads. And people were inboxing me going, that's boss. The words are resonating with me. Because I was independent. I weren't expecting no big deals or anyone to come forward and go, boom. Because I want to build, you know what I mean? And
that's the most important thing, lad.
That's it, lads. You know, like Cinnamon or Webster, I want to build a solid fucking
fan base.
So even if something does flop, you've still got your solid fan base there. Even though you don't want to think like that, sometimes you've got to sort of think like that.
It's nice to have that base under you. It's like obviously,
makes you comfortable, innit?
It's a nice feeling. Like obviously, like even like people who watch this podcast, we get messages all the time. People who just watching what we're doing and they love what we're doing, and it's nice to know that. Like obviously, you don't want to, but there's always that chance you could do something and fall flat on your ass, lad. It can happen, and it's just nice to know that you've got people there who are still sticking around like you, lad. You know what I mean? It's a fucking good feeling, innit?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, they're the people who you want round you, lads.
Of course.
When you do, you know, God forbid, these games that win in the comedy, you know what I mean? You know, the podcast world, there's ups and then you're down. You know what I mean? You could be doing a gig somewhere fucking decent. You know, I was in Formby Hall, lad, you know, the other day, lad, and then I'm not saying it's a bad gaff. Then I was somewhere like the fucking, I'd be somewhere in Bootle, like a booze.
It's a different vibe, innit? It's a different vibe, lad, innit?
100%. At Wembley fucking arena, lad. And then when you come back home,
and then you're in the fashion and Kirby on a fucking bench, lad. You know? It is.
I fucking love for Kirby, lad. I done. Where did I do? I done the park. Where is it? The park, bro, is it?
Yeah.
I done there. I was in there going, Scouse, bro. Everyone was all birds and all the lads and that was all fucking, know what I mean? All the cards and that were there, lads, and like, where else did I do? I done the Fantails in the same night.
Fantails, mad.
And I've done the St. Joseph's in there. Kirby's cool, man. I've got love for Kirby.
Big up Kirby.
And I've got this birds for Kirby. Second
How many pairs of socks does your beard have? How many pairs of socks does your beard have then?
Lads. I don't know, but since you started seeing I've got less.
How many mesh and mega love you? I'm sorry.
Less socks.
At least the socks are real. You're scruffy.
Well, no, I know what you mean. Like, obviously, like you'll never say anywhere is a bad venue, but like I've had it where like, I've done like dead big comedy clubs, and then 2 days later you're in a bar and there's 4 people having a bevy in the blank, and you're like, hey, get on this one, you love this, and like they're just not asked. You know what I mean? It's ups and downs,
but I had that a few months back, and I put a post about it. Like fucking, I think I did Hot Water one night. Fucking had an incredible reaction. I was on cloud 9. I was like, I've made this, like, I'm going to have a future in comedy. And then 2 days later, I drove down south to do a gig, and, like, the room was just silent for 15 minutes, and then there was an email sent in about me complaining, proper kicking off about me material, and I was just thinking, how mad is comedy, like?
It's mad.
I thought I was going to be on live at the Apollo on Tuesday, and now I'm finished, like.
Me and him went all the way to Hull to do a gig, right? And then within 2 minutes of my set, they all hated me because they said that one of the regulars looked like a paedophile.
Listen, he got his back up. He's a paedophile. Best finger bar, that ultimate man with the salt and pepper chicken from the chippy.
Oh, it was heavy. We went and got, lad, they had carrots in it. Have you ever had carrots and salt and pepper chicken?
Lad, yeah.
Heavy. It's heavy, lad. Trust me.
Goes a hole in you will.
Out the way, little balls, lad. See them, lads, fucking hell. All them out of fucking thing. Your gigs, they're all like that, lads.
It's mad. It's bit mad, that.
Do you know what my favourite thing? Sorry, do you know my favourite thing coming out of town? What the lad? What is it? P-juice.
P-wet.
I've heard of P-wet. What's P-wet? Wait, isn't it a pie with mushy peas?
Preston or Wigan or something, you'd ask for Babby's Head and P-wet, right? It's just an upside down pie with pea juice poured on top.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm on it.
That's full.
I'm on it.
Wigan. He said that with so much zest.
Danny's like that. I'm from Wisdom, we have caviar, what's going on?
Listen, if you're watching, you've ever eaten or drank pea juice, I hope you die. Because you're horrible. Honestly.
You don't
Can
get
you imagine
pea
that? Imagine going to cherries.
I know, you know that.
Steak and chips or just
Thank you. Thank you, man. You don't need it. Oh, it's just...
I'm just a meat and potato, man.
prawns, no veg, fuck that.
Hey, get on this, get
I
on
just
this.
want it to be horrible and unhealthy.
Get on this,
It's the
like,
best.
you know when you go to Mackey's and you order a burger and you want it plain, you say like, listen, no salad, right?
Fucking you in the
One of the lads in our work went into Mackey's and was like, I can have a Big Mac, and he went, I don't want any fucking vegetables, girl. And I was like, why are you calling them vegetables, lad? Just call it salad.
It's
He's like,
lettuce.
no, I don't want any veg. He's a dickhead though, right? Because 2 weeks later he come into work and he was like, I'm on a vegetarian diet for the next 2 weeks and just ate a pack of 6 cheese and onion walkers, lad. That was his vegetarian diet. I was like, lad, you're a dickhead.
Yeah, vegetarian, like, do you know what I mean? He's not lying. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Do you know what the maddest one was? Like, I used to work in the Carphone warehouse, like, because of my lack of qualifications. And yeah, like we weren't allowed out to go and get a scran on our dinner because the kid who worked there before me,
just scran iPhones.
He used to go. the lad who worked there before me.
Your stepbird story, I remember that.
Oh, lad, I'll tell you that this is heavy. But like, so we had to always deliver who the scrans in. So I went on the Mackey's app and was like, I want a Big Mac, but with just lettuce and cheese. Right?
Yeah.
Now, in your head, you're gonna think he still wants the bread.
I think
Right? I opened this box. It was just 2 burgers with lettuce and cheese, no bread. No bread.
Did you still eat it?
Of course you did.
Yeah, lads, it's like one of them vegan recipes where they use the iceberg lettuce for the bun. Fuck off. You're like, sorry.
What I wanted to ask you, right?
Do you like bread?
What's your favourite loaf?
Do you like
right, obviously, we were saying then you do gigs in some fucking dead good places, but then sometimes it's not that it's not as good. It's just if you do a gig in a room full of fucking 500 people and the next gig's in front of 20 people, it's a different vibe. What's the weirdest place you've ever done a gig? Because as comedians, like me and him have done gigs in some weird gaffs.
Yeah,
Is the one in particular that stands out where you go, it was weird?
I've done house parties. Where else, lad? I've done lounges. I mean, a gig to me, lad, as long as they're fucking paying me.
Bad, innit?
You done the Echo once in it one time? I'm sure when I was working here, did you know?
Nah, the Echo.
Did you never do the Echo, no?
Nah, we were going...
It was on the Echoes.
You were meant to do the tour, innit? Yeah, hating the Echo. Was you meant to be going round on a tour with the Echo though when
with the X Factor?
Yeah.
I fucked up, lad, before I got to there.
Ah, right,
I
okay.
fucking got found in an hotel room, lad.
Like 7 brasses.
On the X Factor tour, lad, after I won in Nottingham Arena. Because when you went on the tour, it was like
Competition,
second and third.
Yeah.
The fucking thing, yo. And I was coming second and first most times.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I was on the flake, lad. For
Yeah.
like 4 nights. Get him.
They got lad, you're in Leicester.
Still coming first, like, I'm unstoppable.
Bring that kid again. I'm going to final here, get that kid on strap.
He's on the stage like that, any numbers, like on the mic.
That's sick.
So what happened? You were just found in the hotel?
And yeah, when the tour manager come in, lads, and like...
In the bath with loads of
I
midgets.
was like, yeah. And then, no, birds.
The birds are midgets.
I'm small myself, lad. Yeah, when you twizzle, you're like that, innit? I don't know, I just...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Lad, everyone goes through a time like that though, lad, do you know what I mean? And now, lad, you're better for it, because lad, you've released your own album now, or it's coming out, do you know what I mean? So, lad, you've made good steps now, lad, do you know what I mean?
What did you say when you found you in the hotel logs? That must have been a mad interaction with an actual human.
Well, listen,
When you fuck.
I'm winning shows, man.
Yeah, like, what are you stressing for?
I need to do the Echo. We've got the Echo next, and he went, no, you won't be going the Echo. I'm winning shows, I stood up and winning shows. I was thinking, people are coming to watch me there.
Yeah.
And like, they went, no, fuck, mate, if you're on tour with Guns N' Roses, maybe.
Yeah.
This is a kid's show, and that.
Yeah.
But
Fair
it's
enough.
They believed in me, lad, and I fucked up.
But that's
mate.
not-
But lad, you
I let a
learned
lot
though.
of people down.
You've learned, man.
People who believed in me from that side, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
listen,
just
like...
living, and I knew the answer, lad. I just...
Yeah.
Louis Tomlinson helped you out a lot, didn't he? Was it him who done it? Yeah.
That's who I'm getting at, know what I mean? I
Yeah.
had good people on side there,
Yeah.
lads, know what I mean? And I was on the phone saying, like, you know, when you're rolling with someone,
Yeah.
and like say, for instance, and you with these podcasts, oh, boys, this show will be sick. I'm not going to make a show. We'll fucking take it to the top. We'll put everything into this podcast. You know what I mean? I'm going to do my best and that.
Yeah.
All that type of chat was getting chatted before the show and that. So you've saved me life and that. Even though I'm 2.5 years sober now, good opportunities. Maybe it did happen like this because coming off the streets, lads, of using drugs every day and drinking and then being in front of everyone.
Yeah.
All right, I had the answers. I should have stayed in recovery and said, you know what, this or that, back to the fucking streets, back to being in the boozers, singing and back to ground working or stardom, know what I mean? And doing things fucking big. But the pressure's heavy.
But
you've got to be ready for that.
I can imagine that it's a different world, isn't it?
Stopping and...
What I wanted to ask them, right, while you were in that sort of fucking bubble, right, was there any support for you in terms of coming from the streets to stardom? Because that is a massive amount of pressure on everyone's head.
You need it.
It's such a small space of time as well, innit? Because as you go from literally doing the audition to what, I don't know how long after, 2-3 months, it might be when you do live shows to singing in front of 30, 40, well, fuck knows how many thousands of people. Do you know what I mean? It's a big jump, lad. I
had support off home, off me family, and the X Factor were proper with me, lads. They had proper people with me, and not proper people who were like legit. I mean, just people
you could lean on.
People
who cared and that.
Psycho, and you know what I mean. Thames TV and everything, and people were cool with me, lads. And I couldn't have got enough support, but I was still living like active addiction. You know what I mean? When you don't want to let something rest, and you've got the lust, you've got the ego. You're living off fucking, look at me, I'm fucking doing this.
Do you know what though? Do you know what though?
I deserve a fucking
plan. You've worked hard and now you've got the means to support that lifestyle. So you're like, fucking hell, I've got dough now, I'm going to fucking run away with it, you know what I mean? It needs to be done.
That's what I mean, lads. I mean, sorry, brother.
So it's alright. The thing with me, I always try and take the positive out of the negative. So with me saying before, like I always try and take, like I don't really believe in fate and things like that. Like, you were smashing at the time, you were winning shows, you were bad on the drugs, you were an addict, as you've just said. Like, the only thing you can take out of that story is like, oh yeah, don't think of like, oh, I'm sitting here today and I'm not a star yet. But you ain't meant to be a star then, like, because you ended up killing yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say to a lot of people. They go from that to that too quick, lad. You know what I mean?
You've ended up killing yourself,
I would have been getting like...
Because imagine you hit that stardom phase, lad, nothing stopping you. You're telling people what to do, not the other way around. You know what I mean? Whereas you were only starting off to get that level of fame where that fella's just saying, and I said, like, nah. Like, it's meant to have happened, lad. Do you know what I mean? So I'd always try and take the positive out of any sort of negative in your life, lad, all day.
It's like a learning curve life, lad, innit?
It's a ride, innit? Every day's a school day. Every day's a school day. Out soon.
It's a fucking tweet, that, yo.
Tweet it before he does, like,
get on my phone now, me, lad.
Tag me in that, brother.
Talking about Twitter day quick, have you seen that video, that burning contest we're going around?
Fucking hell, what were you doing last night in the shower?
I went to Concert Square last night and I'm not look, I was fucking fuming. Stood there with me knob going, where are you?
She does OnlyFans here, innit? That's why she done it, lads. Yeah, that's why she done it, I think. She's trying to get fucking...
a profile, I was thinking, is that what birds are doing nowadays? And to get Joe.
Find me them birds.
Smoking sausage outside handstand.
Yeah, you at least go outside Gino's.
That's what life's about.
And Gino's would be classic.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't go to Concert Square.
Disturbing fucking Concert Square thing, yo.
Have you seen what else has come out? She was on Jeremy Kyle 11 years ago.
11 years ago.
Which one? I haven't seen it.
She was on Jeremy Kyle.
Bang it on the screen. Nah, he isn't.
No, I'll try and find it.
We're on Jeremy Kyle, right? He was a kid by ours we grew up with, right? His bed didn't trust him at all, right? And like they were on Jeremy Kyle one day, and the title on the bottom was, "My girlfriend smells my penis when I come home to see if I've been cheating." That was the fucking title, lad. So when he got home from work, she'd be like, "Hey, dick, I want to smell it to see if you've been with another bed."
Imagine how happy you come in and you're like, "You better go get your dick on." You're like, go in. She's going,
smells like dirty.
You've definitely been wanking. He's sweating and having a wank before.
I mean, in Baby Boy, have you seen Baby Boy?
No, I haven't seen it, I don't think.
Tyrese Gibson, lad, and it's an old school fucking Snoop Dogg's in it.
Oh,
No, I don't think I've seen it, lad.
It's fucking chatting, you've been cheating and that.
Oh, I think I've seen that clip though. It does.
You smell your dick,
Yeah, that's it.
So go on, and he's like, smell good, don't you? Probably washed it off. It's
I don't sign a
Danny,
fan.
this is anticlimactic.
I know why I can't find the picture, boy. Sorry.
Can't be
She was on Jeremy Kyle.
Jeremy Kyle when he
Everything.
brings the envelope out like fucking for like the DNA
you
report or
have
whatever, and he
And the
throws it
kid
on the floor, and
float-
goes, "Why you threw the envelope on the floor?" He's like, "It's just an envelope." He goes, "You want to disrespectful? I want the envelope."
Is that what he?
So he gives him it,
And he just goes bang.
And Jeremy Kyle's waving like that.
shot.
I know it's an heavy shot.
Shot, lads, them envelope.
Like, proper timed it, like, quick.
Do you know what?
He was sick.
Like, so she's Dynamo with the cards.
Do you know what's fucking mad? Do you know what's mad about Jeremy Kyle though? I fucking met Jeremy Kyle.
Have you?
Oh,
I've
yeah, I
got
remember that
pictures,
picture. Yeah, I remember
Me
that
mate
time ago.
me mate got locked away down. So I won't. Yeah,
You
me
said
mate
it
got,
wrong.
yeah. Me mate got locked away down south, and we went down there to go and visit him. And as we were outside the jail, I've just been looking like that. I went, "Fuck off! Is that Jeremy Kyle?" So me and the lads were laughing. So we we didn't even walk over to him. We were like, "Oh my god, there is Jeremy Kyle." Next thing, he just walks over from like he was like where that white wall is over there. He walked over to us and he went, "Oh, how are we, boys? Just okay?"
He was like, "Was you that kid on that train advert?"
That's how we do it. But then nobody was sound. You know, he was. Do you mean what are the group of scousers doing down here outside this jail? I said,
What do you think, lads?
Think before you
it
speak.
is. He's done Jeremy Kyle for years.
Read between the lines,
Like,
Jeremy.
come on, do you
That's
know
what I
what I mean?
mean.
See me Maya,
He was proper sound. You know, we spoke to him for like 15 minutes about the footy. He was talking about Liverpool. It was Liverpool. I forget what year it was.
He was
like,
probably
"Oh, he's
fretting,
doing
thinking he was
well
going to get filled in.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
He's
miss when
sweating.
Jeremy Kyle was on telly, me, like, because like,
Who's
there
on telly?
used to be nothing better for me than waking up on a Sunday morning at like 9 o'clock and going downstairs and watching
Yeah.
Smackheads have murder.
No, but them old
great,
school
man.
tellies like fucking Ricky Lake and Jerry Springer, like back in the day.
Jerry Springer was the sickest lad.
Jerry
Yeah.
Springer was
Heavy.
boss.
Jerry
Like, do you
Springer.
know what? My favourite
They're all
things I used to
teams and
watch.
that, didn't
Oh,
they?
man,
Favourite
Jerry
things I
Springer
used
was
to watch
heavy.
on YouTube, right? Was the Jerry Springer show where he'd bring the KKK on.
KKK.
And
Been thinking about that. Fucking hell.
That's a mad one, that.
he'd bring the KKK on and the Jewish Defence League, and I'm not messing. They'd go,
That'd be
right, and there's the
That'd
Jewish
be-
Defence League, and they'd all come on with the
5 on 5 right now.
the little fucking hairs, and they'd come on and just start bopping the KKK, and they go ding ding ding. They're like,
Yeah,
stopping
it's
straight with
sick.
each other.
That's what I mean. Like,
And now you can't even call someone a female on telly without getting fucking.
I know.
She
She actually identifies as a camera. She's horrible, lad. They're horrible, auntie. It's fucking mad. Yeah. So like, do you know when obviously when you were going through the run, because you must have met some people, especially in the music industry, who were like really high up. Like, what you? Because obviously like some people who have said like, when you only meet really famous people. Yeah. Some of them are meant to be half weird. Have you ever met someone and you've been a bit like, lad, you're a bit seedy?
Yeah.
There must have been a few, like, probably seedy people.
Do you know that
is run by them type of people? Like,
Yeah. Oh,
I think
definitely.
them people run the world as well. Like,
they do that?
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Rothschilds and all
The
that.
further you go down that hole, lad, it's fucking.
Guess mad.
Some people are just real. They've got
Yeah.
everything and they're just fucking. They don't lose who they are.
Yeah.
And then some people just scran kids, innit?
So it's fucking. It's mad. You're there looking at people and you're thinking, wow, was that really what? And you know the features and what they're doing and that. You know you can tell. Fucking hell.
You're a weird guy.
Yeah. And it's fucking.
It doesn't shock me. That doesn't shock
100%.
me because the people you're with, it's like years ago all that Jimmy fucking Savile bullshit. So how do people not know it's still going on today? Because if you've got money, lad, you can do any. It's like I was saying before. So that thing I've been watching on that Paramount Plus, that super pumped. It's about the fella who founded Uber. And he's like, lad, the fucker was making in billions a day. So he hired out a whole hotel in Las Vegas for all his employees for the accomplishment that they done. So he hired out a whole casino, no press was allowed in, they weren't allowed the phones. And lad, he had that much money, he could do what he wanted. They should have seen the gaffs. Obviously, you seen that Wolf of Wall Street, it was all that type of shit, but in a whole hotel. And at the end of it, he was like, oh, you got to pay 400 million in damages because of all the people in there. And he just went, go ahead. Like, come on, lad, you couldn't even walk into a Las Vegas fucking room and like, scratch your ass. Yeah. And they're going, get out. You got money, you can do what you fucking want.
Yeah, crazy, innit?
Run the world. It's scary.
Yeah.
We were talking about that with fucking Dipper by Glasgow, saying if you landed in Glasgow in a helicopter and didn't have a ticket, you're going to get in. If you've got dough, you can do it.
You can do whatever you want.
You can walk into anywhere. No one is
So
Crazy, innit?
you know when you're like, I mean, I just want to talk a bit more about the music and that. Like, we've only been recording for half an hour. I want to talk a little bit more about the music and that. So, like, when you get yourself sat down and you get in that mind frame where you're sitting and writing and that, like, is there anything in particular, like, is there anything that you always go back to take inspiration from, or is it a lot of it just come like whatever's on the front of your mind? Like, what's your process? Like, I want to know more about that, mate.
Sometimes when I'm come home from work and I'm up for it and I'm writing and the ideas are flowing.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it, lads. And sometimes I can't get a melody because I write with no music. You know what I mean? Because I don't play nothing. Sometimes I'll find a beat off YouTube. But sometimes when I'm watching documentaries, like an Ali documentary or a music documentary,
something that gets you going, like.
To try and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think about the tunes when you went to school and that. You think, wow, I remember when I was in year 10.
Yeah.
On the Oddle, you know. I want to go back to them times, you know what I mean? And you get that inspiration and you know, that spirit. Sometimes I'll wake up from having a dream of being a kid, or I'll have a mad dream and I'll wake up dead energized.
Yeah.
But sometimes you hit a wall and the up and downs, sometimes what I'm feeling, I have to meditate in that. And because I beat myself up thinking, let it go, lad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You fucking, know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's a bit of that in every one of us.
Everyone man's has to play tricks on a minute.
Being human,
lads.
that's
what everyone does.
Do you meditate a lot, do you?
Pardon?
Meditate a lot?
Yeah. Like, most days, I get up and do like a 10-minute where it's a breathing exercise where you breathe in like deeply up and let it out, and then you hold it. And then you get a rush to your head.
What colours do you
You
see?
know what I mean? It's like...
I always see green, mate.
Do you, yeah?
I see like a mad purple colour.
Purple colour, yeah. Like maroon. When I'm closing my eyes now, you can see all dots in that.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I'm in a sauna. You know, when I get that rush, I'm ready for the day now. You know what I mean? Pray sometimes, and then I go out. It's all about setting your stall in the morning.
You do, yeah.
Sometimes, if I get up late and I'm like rushing, I don't know, things just happen in the day.
The old day can be
I know what you mean, I know what you mean. You've got to set yourself up right at the beginning of the day.
First thing I do of a morning, and this is the God's honest truth, lad, the first thing I do in the morning is I basically, me and my babe do the same thing. We wake up and go, today is a fucking boss day. What a beautiful day, even if it's pissing down.
Gratitude is such an important thing.
Who was it? Was it you that if you... No, it wasn't you, was it? Someone was telling me...
I had Mark Scano on the podcast and he said, if you win your mornings, you win your day.
Oh, man, I believe that.
If
you wake up in the morning and your first... If you wake up in the morning and your first thought is negative...
The whole day is. Yeah, your thoughts and what you speak.
It's the first thing you do. Everything you do, if you stump your toe... if you forgot to fucking iron the top, it's like, for fuck's sake. But it's like, if you wake up in that morning, you're like... What a fucking boss day. I'm so happy to be here. It's like, you'll stump your toe and go, fucking hell, not again.
Do you know that it's
everything's so nice about you, lads. I remember just sitting, I was honest to God, I swear to God. And I obviously, you all know me, I don't need to fucking chat shit. I literally sat in bed the other day, and I just looked at my bed and just went,
I've got a massive dick, you know.
I just went, I feel fucking amazing, you know. I've never felt this good. I said, I didn't think it was possible to feel this good.
Do you know what though? It's easier said than done though. Because
listen, lads, I know that. I'm not disputing.
Because I firmly believe in that, and I want to do that every day, but I'm still struggling with it.
Listen.
I'm like, I need, like, I when I had Scano on the podcast, right, he was like, listen, start your 5 o'clock mornings, do a bit of yoga, a bit of meditation, get a cold shower.
And
I've done it for about 4 or 5 weeks, right, and I've never felt better. And then I had like one bad week, and that was it. Then I was back in my little shell. I was eating shit, I was sleeping shit, I was fucking drinking, I was fucking fuming at the kids all the time, and I was like, I need to get back on that.
Honestly, lad, get back on that train.
You know what,
everything's just like a snowball effect, innit? If you just have one bad thought in the morning, lad, you have 20 the whole day then. Do you know what I mean?
I think, like obviously, like, I remember you said to me a few weeks ago, you were like, you need to get up and even, like, just tell yourself it's going to be a good day. And I try my best to do it every day. And, like, sometimes, even when you wake, because, like, obviously, everyone gets days where they wake up feeling shit. Like, you're a human, it happens. Like, I find, even if I wake up and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, you've got to just drag yourself out of it. Even if you don't believe it, you've got to say it.
There's always someone having a worse day, lads.
You know, getting up, lads.
Even if you don't believe it, you just got to tell yourself.
Realistically speaking, though, lad, every day is a fucking blessing, lads. Like, you don't
compared to some, do you know what I mean? Compared to some, lads.
People aren't going to wake up tomorrow.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
You never know your time, lads.
And do you know what?
100%.
Tomorrow it says, doesn't it?
Yeah.
True though, lads.
The only thing
People who
promised in
sleep
life is
too
death,
much.
lad.
Little bit different, lads, right? But when
Yeah,
fucking my 5-year-old Lennon, when he was born, he couldn't feed from birth, so he lived in Alderley Hospital for like 5 months, right? And at first, I was just like, why me? Why us? Why are we going through this, right? And I was fucking stressed and I was panicking. And then, like, I was downstairs one day in the hospital and they've got a bereavement garden, right?
Yeah.
And there was this kid, he was only about 19, and he just sat there crying into his hands, and I just went, he's coming here with his baby and he's going home without the baby. And I was like, that was when it was real. I was like, my problem is fucking nothing compared to people in this world who are losing people on a daily basis. And I was like, listen, I'm not asked anymore.
Yeah.
And like when we were in with the latest baby, everyone was like, my ma was fucking. I had like cousins who I've not spoke to in years. Messaged me going, oh, we're lighting candles and all that. I went, what for? They went, the baby, your ma's been on the blow. And I went, baby's gone into hospital for some checks and what? Get
Blow
over
the
it.
candle on your dickhead. What are you doing?
You fire hazard that, you little prick. Like, some people are just mad. And I was just like, it's not even a problem. Like, there's people in this world who've got bigger fucking issues.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why every day,
Someone
especially, we're so privileged. You're just privileged, even though you had all that fame and that, like, you to have a job now, lad.
Some people can't even work, lads.
I mean, I could talk, lads.
I mean?
Able to fucking fund, feed me daughter, you know, keep up with bills, lads, and I've got my health, lad.
Your health is your wealth, lad. Health is your wealth, lad.
Yeah, lads, we can do what we want, lads. Not to with our health, and you know, we can go home and see our families.
Exactly.
The Ukraine who've just went into war.
I know.
You know, there's still slaves in the earth. There's people who, you know, it's mad, lad. It's mad. It's flying on this podcast.
I know
Off life.
I know.
He made that sober as well, you know. I swear that. I know.
There's people out there who fucking can't put a meal together, and there's us fucking chatting shit in the room. Do you know what I mean? The world is just fucking mad.
It's fucking. Do you know what helps me every morning? I get up and I listen to Let's Groove by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh yeah,
lad, listen, I'll be brushing my teeth going in the bathroom, man, fucking giving it beats.
You need to listen to music and watch that fucking greasy barney. It looks like you've watched it with Crispin's right.
The showers have been broken. I've been getting cold showers in and out in like 4 minutes. Going in the shower, and it's fucking horrible, man.
I try and do a cold shower for a minute after my hot shower. Lad, it works, lad.
You can get a cold shower in the kitchen sink, you little dickhead.
Just have to drop on the tap, lad. I'm swilled.
Do you know what the best thing to do, lad? What I always do? I always get in the shower and put it to like a nice temperature where it's like I normally get it, and then just slowly lower it.
It works, lad. No, it works.
It's not so much of a shock. It's like it's getting colder, but it feels nice.
I used to do that. When you get your breathing, I used to do that, but when you get your breathing technique down, lad.
Yeah, it's the breathing that scares you, lad.
I put it on ice cold, right? Stand there, because I'm a fucking meth. I've got a bath with a shower on it. I'm going to. I'm like down on the window. Stay away from the water. And I start breathing, and I just fucking walk into it, lad, and like my dick's just proper tiny, it's boss. But I'm just like that fucking, and I'm Zenny, do you know what I mean?
I got a cold shower the other morning, and lad, I looked down halfway through this shower, and lad, there was no shaft, it was just full. I was going, where's the rest of it going?
Pianos and foreskin, lad. Lad, talking about the shower, right? Do you ever used to like scare people in the house or anything? Like,
I still do.
I do.
Wait, Dave, let me tell you this story dead quick, right? So my bird does it to me all the time, and I fucking hate it. Like, it does me. Not like I don't like thingy, but like she'll flip and I go, oh, you fucking knobheads and all shit like that, right? So I goes downstairs in hers, and she's behind me, and we goes into the living room, and if her fucking mum's in there with the light off and everything, and goes, and jump. I've got nothing on. I've got a pair of bills on and a dressing gown. I went, the fucking dressing gown comes over and everything like that. I nearly collapsed that.
That's how them videos start.
We fucking butter knife.
Stepmom and all that.
Mother-in-law scares
hey, mum.
I used to live down on Tubuc, right? And we had like a galley fucking kitchen, you know, like the fucking the cupboard at either side, and the bathroom was at the back downstairs, right? And I finished work one day, my bed was out, and thought, right, I'm gonna get a fucking shower. And I don't know why, right? I've always had this little thought in my head that someone's gonna break into the house when I'm in the shower and they're gonna fucking get me. Right? That's me. My scariest thought, right?
That's the scariest thought,
and someone having me off, right? And I was in the shower in the fucking in my zone like that, lad, right? Just fucking showering away, and it's in the bath with a shower curtain. and I didn't know my bird had come home, right? And my bird had walked into the bathroom and just grabbed me through the shower curtain, and like,
I would have threw I would have threw some elbows there, lads.
It was like I felt my whole body go warm, start tingling, and there was like a 4-second delay before I made a noise, and then I just made this noise that I've never heard before in my life, right? So when she grabbed me, I just went, like that.
Just froze.
I had to lie down in the bath. And I was whiter than fucking me and Danny now. And I was trembling in the bath. And she was like, you alright? I was like...
Did you get stuck again when you lied
down? Yeah. With a deep spans, but...
Get the fucking veg oil, girl. Get me out the bath. Honestly, right, I've never felt more scared in my fucking life. Like, it's horrible.
So yeah, do you know what, right? Because I love asking musicians this, me, because everyone's got a different answer, right? I fucking love it. Who are your favourite musicians of all time? Like, not even people
and then I've got a follow-on after that.
Not even people who you take inspiration from, those people you can just sit and listen to all day and not get tired of.
There's loads. I mean, when I was a kid, lads, I used to love listening to a musician called Christopher Cross, Tenant Trent D'Arby.
Oh, yes!
Prince.
Prince is... I love Prince, lad.
Bad motherfucker called Rick James. He's heavy. He sings Ghetto Life.
He's James like, is sick.
The godfather of funk, they call him.
Yeah.
Bands like Parliament and Funkadelic, you know, bum, 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 bum,
yeah, I'm on it.
On that NWA movie and they're just chilling in that party. No music like jams, but stuff like when I was 11, 12, when I started smoking weed and stuff, was like Tupac, Biggie, Jadakiss, or because I like rap. I don't rap, but you know, but singers like Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, I'm into them. But stuff like Carole King,
you've got an eclectic range there, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of different shit going in.
The Golden Boy, Marvin Gaye.
If there was one person dead or alive, right, who you could see in concert, who would it be?
Bob Marley.
Oh, what
I'm sure someone else has said that once, you know.
There's not many better answers there, you know.
That's a great
answer. I'm a big Pink Floyd fan, me, lads. My favourite band.
What about you, Bob? Who would you see?
I don't know, you know.
They're very good, Andy. You know,
Queen, I'd love to see Queen live.
I'd like to see Michael Jackson, you know. I'd like to see Michael Jackson, lad. Lad, he was the king of, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm going, lad, because lad, he can get me into Buckingham Palace, innit? You know what I mean? Flying, lad.
We've got to explain this to every guest, right?
If you don't need to explain it.
He brings it up all the time. He's got this proper weird thing. He'd do almost...
I had a weird thing once and now I've got a weird thing.
He'd do almost anything to get into Buckingham Palace. Don't know why. He's got this...
Because lad, I think it's like Area 51. Lad, there's seedy shit going on in there. Lad, I'd love to go in and just be like, yeah, the Queen sniffing limo there, yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? That's how she's still alive. She's still going from 20 years. The Queen's still on a night out from 20 years ago, lad. She's just...
pipe for the dick. Fucking blowing smoke everywhere.
On it, bro, lad. It says, lad, doesn't it? Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. Lad, tight with Jimmy.
Yeah, lads.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm banging that on Twitter as well.
That's a good saying. He's robbing the quote, lad.
They must have knew, and as you say,
there's no way they didn't know.
Money runs the world.
People who are close to him, and that's a lad. You know, who might have said.
He's mates with everyone.
Well, lad, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? They were mates with Jimmy Savile.
They used to write to Jimmy, lads, and say, "How should we approach this problem, Jimmy? You know that thing, Jim will fix it."
Did you watch the documentary series on Netflix about it? It was weird, wasn't it?
So it's. And all the shit that goes on over the years and people dying and that, lad, and it just gets swooped under the carpet.
Same with that Hillary Clinton stuff that was going on over lockdown. Everyone's just forgotten about that. Why aren't we still talking about it,
lad? It's propaganda with the media. They're tight with him. They're tight with, like, you know,
the seediest country in the world.
The thing is, though, right, with the media, it's all fucking propaganda, and they put things out there that they want you to fucking believe and all that, right? And I know we were talking about people in Ukraine before, like the war and people are dying and all that, right? And I'm all for Ukraine, but like when you see in the news, right, it was meant to be the fucking one of the largest countries on the planet with an incredible fucking military behind them invading Ukraine, just some little place that makes boss Kievs, right? That's all it was, right? And then on the news it was like 20,000 Russian soldiers dead. It was meant to be Dad's army from Ukraine fighting. I was like, how are all these farmers killing all these soldiers? I was like,
It's madness, innit?
What's the truth?
Because the Russian army,
the
Russian army aren't trained, so the Russian army are like, I think it's like the South Korean army. Do you know where they get called up? And lad, you've just got to fight in the army for 6 months, lad, without any training, nothing in the army.
Like 18-year-old fucking Russian soldiers crying.
Yeah, saying that they don't want to do it.
Do you know what got me thinking? You know what you were saying about like they can fucking they can show you anything on the news and sweep shit under the rug, and that Ghislaine Maxwell trial was going on, and everyone was looking forward to seeing what was actually going on. And then as soon as she went to trial, and as soon as that started happening, all of a sudden Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are in court, and that's all you're seeing, and it's all over the news, social media, in the papers. That's exactly what it is, man. But like probably one of the biggest and most important trials ever with that Ghislaine Maxwell, because that's some of the names that would have come up in that would have been shocking, and then we'll never know about it.
But she's getting treated like a queen and jugger.
Yeah, I don't 100%. She's keeping secrets under the carpet.
They say that don't they? Like that Maxwell, no way is he?
No, lad.
Oh, Epstein.
With Epstein, he's just on his island, I reckon.
Lad for death row. He's not living bad. All them people say that they've died, the celebrities, but there's fucking underground shopping malls and everything.
They're all living. Lads, they're all living.
Shit that they've got locked and packed away for them people. The infamous who've made it in life, past the power. You know, they're tight with all them judges and all.
Imagine Epstein going to Costa and bumping into Biggie and Tupac.
Lads,
any tunes coming out Tupac anytime soon, lad?
No, but it could be Tupac.
We don't know.
They're all living in Skem.
That's why we don't see them, lads. That's why we don't see any of them.
Lads, you know, when you do talk this shit to people who are on the street and say, you fucking lost it, lads, because they're too brainwashed and wrapped in this BBC fucking news, Sky News shit. I know where to get my power, fucking BBC, Sky. Half of the fucking news stories are actors, lads, with green screens. You know what I mean?
So you know that with the school shootings in America and that, it was like the same woman was in like four.
Oh yeah,
I don't know the basics, but it was like something bullshit like that. Like the same woman was in like the one where the little kids got shot, and then the other one in a different school, and she was the same fucking bird.
Unluckiest woman ever, that lad, innit?
Every kid she's giving birth to just gets shot. It's fucking nightmare.
Here, lads, and this fucking like
bollocks some of that, lad.
That's Ukraine and that, but you see that corona thing, lad, the way you've got people who we don't even know saying you can't go in 2 meters of your loved ones who you've known all your life. These are people. But then as soon as the Ukraine war, you know what I mean?
It's forgotten
about what you want, go next to
me. It doesn't matter about the corona, lads, when they say so. Just get them in, we'll, you know, sponsor them and that.
But the thing is, like,
went out the window, lads.
But the thing is, like, you look at, I hate talking about COVID and all that because it was just a fucking grim situation in life, right? But when it first started, again, the media, people are dropping dead in the streets in China. There was videos in China where they were burning fucking piles of bodies and all that. And I'm like, what's going on?
That was just propaganda, lads, to get us shook from the first moment, lad. That's all that was.
It was
100%.
It was like, do you know what made me laugh about the whole corona thing? Like, Bill Gates, who was behind the Xbox 360, is the one going, hey, go and get that vaccine. It's like, lad, no.
Didn't he make the vaccine? Didn't he make the vaccine or fund the vaccine?
He didn't make it, but he
funded it, I think.
Like, I only didn't get it because I got coronavirus twice and didn't die. So I was like, I don't need a vaccine against something that hasn't killed me. But like, I don't know.
I said that until I'm forced to take it. Like,
you've never been forced to take any vaccine ever, lad. Ever. Your triple vaccine and double boosted you, lad.
Listen, he only started.
If you're something, right, you don't even know, shooting you up with shit, but you don't have to pay tax for. You don't even have to pay for it. To be fair, give you it.
Look.
I can't really say nothing about that because I'll say, oh, well, lad, you don't know what's in that vaccine, but like, I'll scan a mushroom off someone who I don't know.
Look, Bobby, hold your right arm up, right? He didn't have that mold of the vaccine, right? And I'm looking at it. Hey, I've been looking at it about 20 minutes. That's the hairiest mold ever, lad. I've been looking at it, I was like, shit, that's got a bigger beard than Matty, lad.
Where'd you get your mold?
Matty's beard.
What you were saying about Epstein Island,
the pants.
Hey, we were talking about Epstein and all that then, right? He's talking about death row. When you're on death row, you get one final meal. What meal are you picking?
Whoa.
What meal are you picking?
My last scran ever. My last scran ever
is vagina.
It is. That's exactly what I was going to say.
No.
If they said to me, you're getting done in the morning and you're getting lethal injection, electric chair, you can only have one scran.
Margot Robbie's box.
That's exactly what you find me Margot Robbie, I'm scranning a box, lad.
I'm not asked if she's been in work for 8 hours, I want it to be sweaty.
Listen, lad, if I scran their box now, I'd happily die 20 minutes later. That's a dream come true. I'll do it again. Margot Robbie, if you're watching. Just get on me.
That's why he's grown his hair. He wants to look like it.
I don't know.
I'll probably get a KF, me, you know, lad. I love KF, me. KF sponsor the podcast.
He's like popcorn chicken in a corner on the
Yeah,
top.
give me a wicked zinger box meal, Howard. Lad, I'm all day, me. With your wings. Lad, I'm not even lying, lad. I'll probably choose a KF.
Lad, there's better chicken gaffs. Fried
I
chicken.
highly doubt it. Better than KFC. Have you seen them 11 herbs and spices? Dangerous game, them 11 herbs and spices, lad. Different gravy, them, mate.
Colonel Sanders is definitely a non-stop, isn't he?
100%,
Look at the muzzy.
100%.
Just the muzzy alone. Yeah, let's say, God forbid, you've committed a heinous crime. You're getting the lecky chair 8 o'clock in the morning. We're bringing your last meal in now. What are you having?
I don't know, I'd just have a carvery or something.
Lad, you know, mate, it's so simple. Pia's getting something you've never ate before. Oh, yeah, pass caviar and that.
No,
Fuck that,
don't
lad.
try and drag out into your level. Like a carvery is a much better scram than a
About the same
KF.
price, lad. You know what I mean?
No, the fucking not. Lad, you can get a Green Hills carvery for $3.50 on a weekday. Like
Oh, yeah,
KFC,
okay.
Swear down, if I take me, my bed and the 4 kids to KFC, it's costing me 60 bricks.
Yeah, it's
Lad's
dull, lad.
berserk. I've got to get a crisis loan to get some popcorn. Mad.
Give me a harvester.
Just give us a token.
Greg's steak bake. Hey, talking about Greg's, right?
Back in college in the
I'm
morning.
not even messing. Not even messing. Right, this is.
I chocolate
Get on this. Get on this, right?
Talking about KF.
No, Greg's.
Okay.
So Greg's, right, applied to have a 24-hour license down on like Oxford Street in London or something, right, to stay open all night, like all the fast food restaurants do, like Mackey's and all that. And the London fucking Metropolitan Council declined their permit to stay open for 24 hours, saying it's going to be an area that's going to fucking gather people and cause trouble.
Why? What's called
Why?
human
If I
traffic
went
or
into the
something.
Greggs and someone was about to get their last sausage roll and I wanted that,
Yeah, it's beef, lads.
No,
Yeah.
I think you're
On site, lad.
don't you mean
On
more
site,
like,
don't.
you know, when you go to Mackey's on Lord Street
They
and there's
don't,
all
lad.
fucking bouncers outside it?
Imagine, right,
The Greggs
going
massive.
through fucking,
Yeah.
like, how long are you in education for? Like, as a
Far, fucking
16.
hell.
At least 18 years now, innit? Because you've got to
18
stay
years,
on.
yeah.
Imagine going through 18 years of education, right? And like you're bringing your child up, and then they go, Mum, I finally landed a job, you know? And you go, wow, what is it, son? You go, with Dorman on the Mackey's. You're just going to go, get out, lad. Get out, lad.
They've made me Mackey's in Liverpool now. You've got to be over 18 now, innit?
Yeah.
The Mackey's, the fucking, the main Mackey's in Liverpool, you've got to be over 18 now. Yeah,
Your
lad.
bed used to be
Mad
fucking...
that.
Hey, that
No,
law-
so go in there now.
Oh, is it?
Because you've stopped all the kids just hanging
Tell you
outside
what,
now. They
though.
just said you've got to be over 18 now,
That
lad.
Lord's
Mad.
Mackey's
is
makes
rough,
pure
though.
till,
Lad, it's
My bird
constant.
used to work there on the express lane, and she used to say, like on a Saturday, air till alone would make about 16 grand or
Yeah.
something. Mad,
Yeah, lad, you don't
On
stop.
Mackey,
I used to work at Mackey's on the dock.
Mackey's, if you're talking real estate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the
You can
Mackey's in
franchise
Hunts
it,
Cross,
can't you?
You've just got to buy your own food. And
It's
that.
90 grand to finance it, I
The
think.
Mackey's in
90
Hunts
grand,
Cross is a
yeah.
franchise, the fella owns it. Like, and I was talking to him about it a few weeks back, and he said, like, there's pure till in it. If you can get a start-up, there's pure till in it.
Yeah, lad, there is.
Domino's is the
It
same.
runs itself,
Domino's is a
lad.
franchise as well.
Is it?
Runs
Yeah.
itself.
I don't know.
When I used to work in the Aquarina in the convention centre, they had like a big fucking Domino's award night, and my table who I was serving to, waiting on, there was a fella who owned 16 Domino's around the country,
Killed it.
and he said, he
Alright.
went, I was in an accident or something, got a few quid compensation, and I was like, I didn't know what to do with it, and Domino's had just starting to hit the fucking mainstream, and he just thought, you know what, I'm going to take a gamble, threw money into one shop. He said, I own 16 shops now. Lying.
Smashed
When you
Yeah.
finance something, no, lad, it runs itself. It's already been marketed. It's already proven.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? All you need is the dope front, lad, and you're flying.
Mad, innit?
Right, you've been
I
a
was
call
just
for an
gonna-
hour.
Just gonna say.
I think
an
it's
hour.
time.
Fucking hell.
Flew that, lad.
I think it's time for everyone. Like, this is my favourite bit, lad. You're going to love this. Everyone at the place. Roll the intro.
It's time for everyone has their price. Find out if you're nasty or nice.
We ready then?
Everyone
right.
has their
Get
price.
seedy now, lad. Get seedy, lad.
Everyone has their
This is
price.
where it gets weird.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go in heavy?
I want to be here, you
Oh,
scattiest,
yeah.
most disgusting.
Do you want some soft ones or a fucking heavy
I
bag?
want a
I
big
want, like-
hard fucking
Like,
Yeah.
I want this to be like you're out, you're steaming, and you just grab the dirtiest brass for 20 quid you can find.
Yeah,
Please,
then-
square bed.
You ready?
If you're watching.
Going in big. 400 grand on the table.
Okay.
Till. Right.
Darren.
Darren
A lot
everywhere.
of Darren.
Right.
Lot of
A
Darren.
lot of Darren till. Once a month for a year.
Come on the
Okay.
podcast, Adam. Sorry.
Once a month for a year. 12 times in a fucking year. In a calendar year, 12 times.
Excited.
when your ma and dad are on the nest,
Oh,
right?
come on, lads.
You've got to spit on your half fella's Joey and stick it in your mouth for him.
Oh, lad, I'm not doing that ever for any amount of money.
How much?
400 grand.
I'd do it, me. I'd do it, me, lad. Come on, lad. I'm only helping him out, like, do you know what I mean?
Pervert,
I came out of my dad's balls and out my ma's fanny. I can see it again, lads.
What, when you came out, did you spit on your mask?
Yeah. Probably slobbering a bit, like, you know what I mean?
Some of them did.
I was only £5, I was probably slobbering everywhere, you know what I mean?
I'm actually never doing that. for
Yeah,
any
I'd
amount
do
of
it,
money.
lad.
It's a lot of money, but it's
It's a lot of dough, lad. Fuck
'Cause
it.
that's only if I got 400
I'll help me half fella out, lad. If he slips out, lad, I'm there for him.
No, Eddie's thinking.
If he slips out, lad, I'm there for him.
What are you saying? You're not doing it?
Come on, lad. You got to, lad. Can't leave me on my onesie, like, I look seedy, yeah.
Imagine the fucking sefton session on that, lad. 400 grand, lad. It's wrong, that, though, innit?
You guys.
It's
As a kid, I've caught, you know what I mean?
Doesn't it traumatise you?
But, like,
Walk in the world, like,
you've got to hold your half fella.
you're like, on the bed, you go. Go downstairs. Fella's got his towel round him like that, having a smoke. Is that a Regal?
Hey, anyone remember the focus points on the Regals? Anyone remember them back in the day? No.
Which?
So when my ma used to fucking chain smoke Regals, right? And used to get focus points, like little cards, used to collect in the ciggy packets. And then you could collect the cards and like exchange them for like goods. So like I used to get like Christmas presents. No, so you get like a coat and all that, lad. I got
a pack of bifters?
Lad, so you get like 10 tokens out of one token in each pack of bifters.
Is it a big Regal jacket though?
No, lad, like a fucking Kenwood jacket and all.
And you've got a pack of bifters in the jacket,
Yeah.
waiting for you.
So right then, so everyone's saying no bar Matty.
I'll do it, me, lad.
Sam then, like, we'll move on.
Go on.
20 grand.
Oh.
Alright. You're on a night out in town.
Okay.
Walking up Bold Street. About 4 in the morning, right?
Favourite
Getting a
seat in
chew
the
off
city.
Yeah.
20 square go.
And you go like that, you get to the Oxfam shop.
Yeah.
And like there's a little alleyway at the back where there's always loads of little smelly smackheads just sitting off that night.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 grand.
Okay.
You've got to make a cup of tea in one of his trainees and drink it.
Lad, 2
20
sugars.
How long has he had the
2
trainee?
sugars, give the 20 grand.
How long has he had the trainees
Make a
for?
cup of tea and drink it.
Out of the shoes.
Out of his Reebok Classics.
So you're using his Reebok Classics?
Fucking right, lads.
Do you know?
Quid.
2 sugars, guys.
How many sugars? I'm throwing 2 sugars in that. I'm not even gonna, I'm going to savour it.
Do you know what?
So what? Just one of them, boom.
Yeah.
20 quid.
Yeah.
Fucking
Lad,
right.
I'm having sips, I'm going.
Easy money.
Do you know
You
what?
do it, you just close your nose and do it.
Do you know what it
I
reminds
mean?
me of though? The in-betweeners, you're like, I'll get you a blowjob. Do you know what I mean? He's got that scene in his shoe.
That was a decent Scottish accent, that, you know.
genuinely-
I'll give you a
lad,
blowjob.
I thought I was on fucking Dragon's Den with Duncan Bannatyne. I swear,
You give me a blowjob.
I like what you're saying, I like your idea, but I'm afraid I'm out.
that's incredible. That's incredible. Easy money that then.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
man.
easy.
It's a fucking Norwegian crew.
I'll probably do it for the 10, mate.
Lads, I'm having a great little trip around the world and that's 20 bag. I'll take the shoe with me.
I'd go all out and have like a chamomile tea or something.
I'm a little pain, fella.
Crazy,
Have I
yeah.
told you the story about the tea in the past? About being an absolute dickhead with a selection of tea bags?
No.
I think I know what you're going to say, because I think I might have done the same thing.
Lad, right, I was on a training course with work in Germany, right, and there was about fucking 70 of us, right, and it called a tea break. So we went out and there was like this big table with loads of urns on with fucking tea, coffee.
Ashes
And there was this big like fucking Twinings tea selection,
Did
right?
you put milk in the Twinings?
With about 40 different selections, right? And I was just reading it, I was going,
Don't tell me you picked up English breakfast.
lad, I picked up English breakfast and I went,
What I do, what is
and I went, hey,
Yeah, man, obviously, lad.
mad
Australians
that,
do.
making a cup of tea tastes like egg and sausage and all that. Lad, I done that. Lad,
Egg and
I
sausage
swear.
tea.
Lad, English breakfast tea. And I went, lad, that's mad. That's
Lad,
like
that's
sausage,
just-
egg and bacon. And this lad just looked at me and went,
That's just
lad,
standard-
it's just standard tea,
standard
you know? And I
tea, yeah.
went, I like, yes, Sam.
Because you'll have it with your English breakfast, did it?
Yeah,
That's,
but I know that now.
Yeah,
I fucking didn't then.
I put milk in chamomile tea once. What's that Twinings one? The mad one that all like middle-aged divorced women love.
Purple one?
Yeah. There was loads of them in ours and I didn't know. It was just like a flavoured tea and it just looked like tea, so I threw milk in it. And I
Smells
was
like lavender.
It's just like a fucking bag of potpourri in it in the bathroom.
Yeah,
It was
it's
I
disgusting.
thought, lads, yeah, I had Bovril, loads of them.
Bovrils boss.
And I went, watch this, darling. And I put fucking milk in it and coffee in it.
Oh,
But I thought it was cappuccino. I thought it was fucking milk.
They're very similar. They're nearly the same.
I boiled the kettle in that and I was like, oh, it's Bovril. But then I wanted the fucking cappuccino and I was like, oh, girl, let's go and get a bottle of Vob, man.
I've had it up to here with this fucking Bovril.
What a
Nightmare,
Oh,
man.
Vod, man.
Milk in your oxo.
This one.
You know that fucking cup of tea shout? That's just like being on the fucking I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here, what they eat.
Well, Australians do it, shoebies, innit? Australians do ale out of it.
Yeah.
So,
What's that fella in the UFC who drinks out of fucking shoes?
Tight to be Vasa, yeah.
I was stroking your own time.
I remember I walked out of the shop once with the dairy milk.
Where's this going?
No, that's right, I was going.
What I'm saying
Wait,
is,
with
I
the
walked out of a shop once when I was like 13 with a dairy milk in my pocket that I'd never paid for, and I like for 3 days I thought like the person was going into, who worked behind the shop was going into school to tell the teacher. You're on it?
Talking about Grafton, right?
Oh, yeah.
We were coming home from school back in the day, Carleen, and we got the 61 to the Swan, and it was when the Quickie was open.
Yeah.
We went into the Quickie, right, and one of the lads was grafting a can of Coke, and he put a can of Coke in his blazer pocket, and the security guard grabbed him and went, "What the fuck are you doing, lad?" And he just went, "Checking if it fits for when I buy it, lad."
That's a smart shout out.
I just said that on stage.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a cracking bit.
Right, move on then.
Yeah.
Bit sensitive, yeah.
Oh.
Do we all still have a nan who's alive?
No.
I've got one.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got one, yeah.
I fucking showed up at my nan's funeral with fucking odd shoes on.
There's Aaron's going!
Charlie. Oh no, I went Charlie. The fucking thing.
Just the odd webs on.
Afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. I was fucking me ma. I was, listen lad, I was broke. It was right after them X Factor 8 days in 2008.
Yeah.
And it was after the year and fucking I was in college. I wasn't even getting the MA. And he had this pinstripe tacky suit. I wore that and my ma gave me like 25 quid to go and get shoes. I was like, yeah, they'll do, boom. But I didn't realise, you know what I mean?
That's
and
brilliant.
I thought, mad, the fucking odd, what am I going to do? She went, you're going to have to wear them, so I wore them anyway. But I was in the boozer after it. I was in a George with all my fucking, family on it. You know what I mean? Playing pool like that. And then I tried to take them back. You know what I mean? And they were like, but they've been worn. I went, no, just have them.
Keep them. Oh, I don't lie.
When I was smoking reefers, because I was 18 when that happened. But yeah. But
That's a mad one. That's a
fuck
mad
me
one.
nan's passed.
So,
Yeah.
alright.
I've got one, me.
You can
I've still got one.
exchange. You can exchange your nan for another family member, but I chose your nan because they're elderly, right?
Yeah.
Your nan's on the couch having a little nap, right?
She's
She's just lying there having a little sleep.
Mhm.
You got to throw a cloth over her head and waterboard her for 30 seconds. 200 grand.
Yeah.
Waterboard your
Yeah,
nan.
100%.
No one's ever died
If
from
she's got a cloth on her
waterboarding,
face, that's fine. I don't have to see the reaction.
I just give her 10 grand after it and go, I'm so sorry.
Imagine the amount of £2 coins, man.
30 seconds waterboarding your nan. It'd be sound for you,
How
Bob,
much?
because she's dead. She can't move anyway.
200, was it 200 grand?
That'd be alright for your half of it. Daddy's dad hung himself.
Risk if she's gonna go.
Oh, nah, I don't think anyone ever dies from waterboarding.
No, but that's why I said your nan, because if she's about 80 and she's already on her laddies
The
anyway,
potential.
she could have an heart attack from it.
How much though was in it for me, though?
200 grand.
Yes.
Lad, your nan lives in a caravan park and she got a big enough couch in that caravan.
Wow, it's actually very spacious.
It's all to do is when if they survive it, you take the thing off and go, they give me 20 grand for that, yeah, it is 10.
Yes.
Because you'll inherit that straight back.
Yeah, because she'll be dead in about a week.
Business.
You wouldn't have to go for me and that.
I said
I
this.
spent 50 on you. I'll keep 50. Rolling.
I
I'm not a monster.
said this to my birthday the other week. I was like, do you know what? If you kicked it right, I said the amount of fucking GoFundMe pages I'd have because I've got 4 kids, that'd be fucking tilled up, lad. It'd be sound.
Gary's bird's eyes, it was him who killed her.
Hey.
Yeah,
Me
like
new-
suffocating and that. Like when I'm with my daughter or like when I'm messing around, you know what I mean? With people like, you do that suffocating and all. And you're like, that's enough now. And you're like, yeah, all right, and they're flipping. You know, like, you're like your bird or like your daughter and, or just messing around, just having a laugh. You know what I mean? But, oh, yeah.
I told it, I told
nice
it
about
to my
everyone,
little brother once. He was a kid and I thought,
What the fuck are you doing, Anthony?
It
It's
is-
your fucking nan. Sorry, man. Fucking rat.
I told it to my little brother when he was a kid, snuck into his room with a pillow and put it over his face thinking I'm going to wake him up and scare him.
Remember, I
And he just never woke up.
That's it, man.
No, and then I done it. I done it for like 20 seconds and then took it off and then he weren't moving and I was going, Jack. I was going, Jack, wake up. Oh, the little dickhead didn't even wake up when I done it. He stayed the kid the whole time. So I took the pillar off and he stopped moving. I thought, shit, I've killed him.
Yeah, the next
He
thing
was
you
still a kid.
fucking remember is his funeral, lad.
I'd love
Sound-
to kill him sometimes.
Yeah, all day. Right. Clive's back.
Yes, Clive.
Clive
The
with
return
the
of
briefcase.
Clive.
Has he got more dough this time? He was
Clive
skint
has come
last
back
one.
with a fucking brand new suitcase.
Like,
Like,
Clive is our fucked up guy. Who's always
Clive,
got a
the fella
briefcase,
that
he gives
represents
the
he's the
money.
fella who delivers the money.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
exist, but he does.
Yeah.
He does.
He's
In
got,
here he does.
he's got his briefcase and he's been to Claire's accessories, right? He's got like all little diamonds and that, and he's fucking decorated.
He's
it.
vajazzled
Yeah.
the
Looks nice,
briefcase.
it's vajazzled everywhere, right? And he's got 150 fucking bags in it.
Wow.
Right,
Must be a big one.
150 grand, right? Right, Danny, you're a comedian.
I am. And I've been...
like-
Is that what they call it these days?
I've been told I'm the future of stand-up comedy.
So,
By your mum.
By many people.
Like the man in the mirror.
so for the purposes of this question, right,
Boy, lad,
I'd say
yes, lad.
you're
Next up.
Yeah.
you're at live at the Apollo, right?
Wouldn't do it. Too small.
Oh, fuck you. Right,
The Royal Albert Hall.
sound, you can have the Royal Albert Hall then. Bobby,
Yes.
you're a DJ.
Okay.
Where would you like to fucking DJ? Where's your dream?
Anyway.
Anywhere.
Anyway,
Glasgow.
Yeah, Glasgow. Okay.
You're at Glasgow.
Glasgow's
Anthony,
obviously.
musician. Glasgow, what's your dream?
Yeah, Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Pyramid stage.
Sound.
I
So,
want- yeah, man.
you're on the Royal Albert Hall stage.
Matty, you've
You're-
been to uni.
I play cricket.
Next to uni.
Matty, you're doing your masters.
I get to go to Oxford.
No, no, no.
Flying.
Shut the
Buckingham
fuck up.
Palace.
Shut the fuck up. You're at the Royal Albert Hall on the stage. You're at Glasgow on the stage. You're at Glasgow on the stage. You just
I'm
love
fuck
to
off.
reach any stage because you're midget.
Can I change
Yeah,
mine?
yeah, yeah.
Can I change
Get me a
mine?
ladder, lad. I'm anywhere.
Red Rocks.
Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Sound. Hey, deadly. Bill
Deadly.
Bear's latest one.
Seen it.
Madness.
Fucking cracker.
Madness. Right. Where am I going with this?
Go on, have a look.
You're on stage. Clive's here on the stage with you, right?
As he would
Wasn't
be.
with me.
150 grand opens a suitcase. You've got to do a colonic irrigation in front of everyone and then swig your own shit.
Oh, so you got to douche yourself.
You've got to have a colonic up your hoop and then swig it off.
Is
So,
that
like,
really-
as
So
in
does that
do
just
it-
pump it out?
Oh,
Is that what that means?
Has anyone here had a colonic?
No.
Oh, I had a colonic, right? It was the maddest experience ever, right? So
What did you do?
right, I went for a colonic and I said to my bird, listen, going to get a colonic done, and she just went, listen.
They're not good for you, damn no.
No, she went, listen. I'm not having another
Depends
bird.
what you're into, Bob.
I'm not having another bird finger your ass while I'm not in the room. She went, I'm coming with you. And I went, all right, you sound right. Gets there. My bird knows the fucking woman doing it, doesn't she?
Oh,
So they're having
no.
small talk and she's throwing a pipe up my ass, right? To make things worse, the lube of choice was fucking coconut butter or whatever it is, right? So it just smelled like coconut. It just smelled like coconuts, right? So she told me to get in the fetal position while she
Gotta
put
bounce
this
you
tube
up
up my
your
ass,
ass.
right? Yeah, bounce you up my ass, all right. And then she goes, listen, when I turn it on, you're going to feel like a sensation inside where you're going to want to like release air and feel like you're going to poo. She went, don't, hold it in. So she turns the tap on and I just start feeling it go in, right? And it's weird as fuck, lad. And my bear's just chatting to her about anything. And then she goes, right, I'm going to release, she releases it and you just see like poo particles coming out of this fucking straw.
What the fuck?
Lad, pure fucking shit particles everywhere.
So would I drink my own shit
gotta
on
drink
stage?
your own shit,
How
150
much?
grand.
Lad, all day 'cause I'm still playing Red Rocks and they're getting a laugh out of me. Win-win.
So in the middle of your set, Bobby, you got to just fucking throw your headphones down, go and get a fucking clonic done and swig it
Glasgow,
off.
how are you feeling? And jump off and go, yeah.
Yeah, just down a big
Drop
pile
a
of shit.
tune.
Lad, to be fair,
you know what,
Listen, my crowd would all be Kenny'd. Know what I mean? They'd
Yeah.
forgot I
And
drank
Glasgow
shit.
stinks of shit anyway, so
Yeah.
lad, you wouldn't even
Yeah,
smell it.
full,
You
yeah.
blend that.
I'd do that.
That's just a that's just a
150
chocolate
grand.
milkshake, that
What
Bob.
are you a DJ as well, are you? Or?
Yeah.
DJ as well,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
lad, he's sick, you
I'll
know.
show you a little clip.
The Spade's well better, but he's alright.
Yeah, man.
He's good sport.
Yeah.
You-
I'm just there for the participation.
Yeah.
You're doing it then. You can do it at your graduation, you little
Yeah.
green ons.
I'll do it in
You little
graduation.
green nuts.
If I get to go to Buckingham Palace for my graduation,
You can do it on the rooftop in Buckingham Palace.
flying.
Clocks
Tenner.
everywhere.
I'll do it for a tenner.
People drink their own piss, you know, when they're proper trying to clean themselves.
Nah,
It's weird,
have you
isn't
seen
And
that
I'm
like
telling
weird
you,
addiction thing in
bodyguards
America?
do it, lads.
Lad, my piss looks like the colour of your keks. I'm not drinking that. Yeah, lad.
Lucas say the original.
Alright, listen. Monday night, I went fishing with Lennon, the baby, the 5-year-old, right? And the rain was coming down at like 3 in the morning. I woke up for a piss and I was like, I'm not going out in that rain. I'm going to get soaked.
Pissed on the kid.
So I had, golden shower. No, I had bottles of Luke's Aid Original and I decided to piss an empty bottle. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, what one's the real one? Lad, I was like, my piss is dangerous, lad.
What was
Fucking
you?
hell.
What was it? Why would they? Is that because they've still got like
Cleansing the body.
no, but
Not juicing them.
People just believe that piss
cleansing
is a
the
good
body.
cleanser. Some
like-
people do, yeah.
okay.
I've been
I
in
thought
seeing them and they say it's like a fucking...
It's
It's
a
not like
detox,
a
innit?
ritual, like a 4-week thing, something. But
You
don't
and
know,
you
lads,
drink your own
like,
piss.
I heard
Yeah.
to 5 members who do it and that, who were proper,
daily
who want to
and that,
clear
yeah.
themselves out, lad. It's meant to be
Oh,
a
okay.
ritual, what you do.
I was
I'm fucking-
steering so
I mean-
far off. I was
Where was
thinking
you
that
thinking?
addicts drink their own piss to be back. like
Yeah,
like
get all
on drugs and
that.
that in them.
So
Yeah,
Don't
I know
know
what you mean.
taking drugs.
No, no.
Do you see why
People
I
just
think
drink piss. Yeah, people just drink piss just because they think it's good for
You
you.
just thought I've paid fucking 200 quid for this, lad. I'm not wasting it.
No,
Back in my system.
there was a science teacher at my school called Miss Jones, and she was very open about drinking her own piss. We used to call her Piss Jones.
Piss Jones.
Instead of Miss Jones.
How
You
original.
wouldn't say that in a fucking
How
school,
original.
though.
Right, we've got
That's
time
it.
for more. I've got 2 left. Do you want to throw
Yeah,
them
bang them in.
Fuck it, why
Right,
not?
yeah,
bang
Because
them in.
we were chatting.
Yeah. Two quick ones then.
Quick.
Sound. 2 questions left.
Let's go.
Sound.
Matty,
Yeah.
your little cricket nonce.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the cricket
He
with
loves
the balls and the
little
bats,
cricket.
lad.
Yeah.
The
Right.
bats and the wickets.
Yeah.
We've all
that.
gone to watch Matty for a fucking cricket game, right, on a little
It's
day
very
out.
unrealistic.
Right. Yeah.
A little day out, it's like 10 hours.
Little day out, right.
Literally.
1 by 1. For 50 grand each.
Yeah.
You've got to fucking sit in front of the wicket and let Matty bowl a cricket ball like your onion bag.
No.
I can bowl it quite quick, like I'm not gonna lie.
No. Nah, couldn't do it.
50 grand.
Would you let it? Would
Just
you
once?
take? Would you
Yeah,
take
about
a cricket ball to the
70 mile an hour.
balls? Would you take a cricket ball right to the fucking right on your bullet?
Lad, a cricket ball can break fingers, lad.
50
We're
grand.
going slow.
I've got 4 kids.
Would you, yeah?
Lad,
Really?
I bowl a
No,
fucking...
we're not for the paint. Wait there.
listen, lad.
In the
I've got 4 kids. I want a vasectomy. I'll take it for 50 grand.
100% free vasectomy in it.
We
So
were gonna like do shit to our families or do some seeding on shit for 50 grand. I mean, that's double the fucking price of swigging a fucking cup of tea, Army.
That is
You've
true.
got to, lads.
That is true. Actually,
You got to.
When you weigh it up,
you've half changed my mind here. I'm not gonna lie.
You're basically losing at least one
You're
testicle.
to yourself,
You're losing one testicle at
I've
least.
got this.
Well,
No,
doing
do
this
you
for the
do you want to know
For the
why I
fame.
wouldn't
Do
do
the
it?
maths,
I get it
do the
done,
maths.
lad.
Did
I
you
wanna
ever
hear
remember,
it.
there was a story going around years ago, and it was about this fella who was playing footy and he dislocated his his leg there.
Oh,
You
Nick
know, there,
Groenberg.
and what
and
had
his
happened?
balls got stuck in
His
it.
ball got stuck in it, and what they done when they went to Aussie, they went like that and they popped his leg back in,
Well,
and
didn't
his
Alan-
ball burst.
Is that Alan Stubbs? Because didn't Alan Stubbs have one
It
ball?
might
Or
have.
he had
That-
ball
that
cancer,
was
didn't he?
testicular
There's
cancer.
a
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
No,
there's a
different
thing
thing. No.
in there, yeah.
Yeah, so as it's
Isn't it if
dislocated,
your
it's gone
balls
back
get
into-
twisted, it's like you're
Yeah,
fucked for life then,
something
innit?
like that.
Yeah, where your balls get twisted.
Shout out
I've heard
Carl, our
that.
kid out that the other week. He was doing some weight in the gym and he
Oh,
lifted up wrong. And next thing, when he got home, he said his balls were like half it. And anyway, and he took his kecks off, lad, and his balls were massive.
Don't lie. Nah.
So any
Sitting all ways
listen,
and that, I'm
nah.
telling you.
Listen, when I get that thought in my head, I sit like that, me.
Yeah, it
you
is.
ever
Just let
so
it give them
not
room.
Did
unstingy,
you ever
know
sit down too fast and sit on your own balls?
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
Listen,
Horrible,
nah, so you said telling me that you take a fucking clean bowl to the onion bag. I don't know.
you
Think
know.
about it now. No chance.
How
50
fast?
grand.
No,
Lad,
Seven-
they're
seven-
fucked.
What do you reckon the average
You've got to
speed-
wear a boxing
Once
cricket.
to the head and you could die, lad.
Yeah.
But,
People have died off a cricket ball to the head.
oh man,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's heavy.
Matty's loving it.
Yeah.
50 grand.
I'm in the elements,
In
yeah.
terms of
But lad, if
cricket,
someone
I'm in
had,
the element.
listen, but if
The
someone
red
had,
fellas.
if someone
you
had-
seen the red fellas
Yeah,
there?
that's, yeah.
someone had
Purple
50
fellas,
notes, yeah.
reds.
Someone had
Yeah.
50 notes in front of you.
Nah.
I'm not doing it.
Listen, bro, 2 grand now would be a fucking great boost.
Yeah, listen,
Fucking hell.
imagine the
It's a serious
studio
though, all
time you
this.
could have for 50 grand, lad.
Yeah, no.
Alright, so and then last one. This one, right, I want you to give a price. But I need you to think about this.
They're on a
'Cause
realistic level.
I'm weird. And I've tried this, right? I've genuinely tried. Not to the full extent, but I've tried it, right? And it's a weird, weird sensation. So you got to think about it, right? You got to get a pair of nail clippers
What are you about to say to me?
and clip one of your front teeth.
Oh, lad, why the fuck would...
It's like bone, innit? Your teeth.
Yeah.
You've tried that, you
So
say?
I've put a nail clipper on my tooth, right? And like squeezed it. Not hard. Just
the
until,
matter with you?
just till I've closed it
Feel
on my
the
tooth.
feeling.
And like I got a mad, like my bum hole closed and everything. I was like, that. Nah.
Nah, I
done.
don't think so.
You've got to do it until you snap one of your bones, lad.
Oh, lad.
Or one of your
what's-
teeth. You got to
what's
snap
the
your tooth.
matter? No, lad.
How much
Nah, I
money?
don't think I could, mate.
How much
No,
money,
no,
lad?
it'd have to be...
The teeth are the most important,
I'm
innit?
saying no less than 2 million, on.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, lad.
Lad,
that-
you'd lose your dick for a tenner, but he won't clip his teeth for 2
It's
mil.
the priorities, lad, innit?
Just one tooth clip.
Priorities.
No,
Bang,
Um,
and that done.
One, bang, gone.
Do you know what? To be fair, though, lad, you can just get your teeth done,
You
innit?
can do that, but oh, nah,
You can just get your
it-
teeth done,
I
lad.
don't think
It's
I
a
could
feeling,
ever
innit?
think. I don't know, you know.
There's certain things I just think my
Chatting in the
body
bills,
wouldn't let me
you
do,
know,
lad.
When you're in the dentist, lad, and he hit you with fucking...
Yeah,
you
even
get
if you
your
just
army
touch
tooth
your
out at the
tooth,
start
lad.
of the year, and it was nothing,
Yeah.
really, with the thingy. But Just think that back in the day when they had to rip the teeth
Right,
out
yeah.
and you had nothing.
No.
I was in the Isle of Man. I was in the Isle of Man a few years ago. We went to this little Italian restaurant. It was meant to be dead nice, and the garlic bread was highly spoken of on the island. So I was like, how to get one of these garlic breads, you know what I mean?
You can't do much with garlic bread, can you?
Lad,
Bread with garlic butter on.
I've took a bite of this garlic bread, and then as I've started chewing it, I was like, that's awfully crunchy. Spat it out. I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I felt I've got like the majority of that tooth there is silver, lad, because I was like that, and lad, I'm not even messing, lad. 3/4 of my tooth had just snapped off.
I was gonna say, if any of you's got a silver filling and chewed on tinfoil.
Yeah, lad. Because like electric shock, lad, it's
So like
mad,
when
lad.
I've been eating a Kit Kat as like when I was younger, and I'd get the Kit Kat foil and just roll it up in a ball, and don't know why, just threw it in my grid, and oh my god, I was like, ah!
Lad, it's
Fucking
horrible.
lad.
It's horrible.
I looked that way when expecting that.
Just the nerves, innit?
Yeah.
See the way our brain are leggy and like you get fucking all feelings and that.
Yeah.
The metal with metal and it's joined to your fucking
never.
nerves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mad.
So just
It's a mad one,
it's like a
innit?
fucking flake
Horrible,
lad to your
innit?
brain.
Yeah, same question then, right? Same question.
Instant coffee, lad, yeah.
Right? But you gotta get a toothpick and put it underneath your big toe and volley a
I
wall.
said that
We
last
asked
week.
that last week.
Oh, did you?
Ah.
Catch you?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me then.
You missed it because you were in the theatre, you little dickheads.
I reckon we call that an episode, an hour and 37 minutes of pure fucking gold there, and we ran out of questions.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the last one?
Done, yeah.
Anthony, fucking lad.
Andy, thank
Absolute
you
pleasure,
very,
brother.
very, very
Absolute
much,
pleasure.
mate. Andy, so,
Thank you for coming down.
Andy's got,
for
make
life,
sure, well,
Nah,
obviously we're going to
100%,
plug his socials
100%.
here anyway, so if you just want to
you,
get on
brother.
Anthony, which is definitely should do, his socials will be there.
Everyone's social
And
media.
go
will
watch
be
his
down
new
in the
album as well.
description,
It's a different Anthony. You're gonna
Go
love
and
it.
watch,
Go watch it.
watch his album. You think I'd listen to his album, you prick. Go and watch it. It's just Anthony. He's not even singing. He's
I
like
need
that.
looking after. I need a carer.
Right, this has been episode 22 of the What's Happenin podcast. Anthony Russell, it's been a fucking pleasure having you here. Boys, thank you for coming down.
The T-Trades,
In the description, Orange County CBD.
Studio
In
Fun,
the description.
get on us.
Love you.
Love you.
Mwah.
Bye.
Goodbye.